Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a different video, and I have not used Estee Lauder Double Wear in years. And I thought it would be fun to occasionally do some videos on my channel where we revisit old popular makeup. And this is one of the ones I wanted to start off with. I'm sure most of you know about Estee Lauder Double Wear. This foundation is known to be one of the most long-wearing full coverage foundations on the market. So many people swear by this. It's their holy grail, and I wanted to revisit it. I can't remember the last time I used this. I tried searching for this on my channel, and I don't know if I didn't list it or what, but I feel like it could be over 10 years since I've used this. I couldn't find it on my channel. I used to use this foundation all the time when I had a blog, and I started that, I think, in 07 or 09. It was a long time ago. Anyways, I used to use this foundation so long ago, and I wanted to revisit it in today's video. We're going to put it to the test, application, all that. If you want to see how Estee Lauder Double Wear performs on my skin after all these years, clicked on the right video. So thank you so much for joining today. And if you've not already, I would absolutely love for you to subscribe to the channel by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell to be notified of all my future videos. And let's jump into this Estee Lauder Double Wear review. I remembered this shade I used to use. It was 3W1 Tawny, which I was worried it might be too warm because I used to use very yellow tone, warm tone foundations when I first started out doing makeup. I feel like there wasn't as many neutrals back when I started doing makeup. Maybe there was, I just didn't know. But I felt like things were either too pink or too yellow. And nowadays I feel like you can get really good neutrals, but I just wanted to keep it consistent with what I used back then. I might need a different shade though, honestly. But let's pull up the Estee Lauder Double Wear Claims on Sephora. I did buy this during the Sephora sale to save a little bit of money, but on Sephora Canada right now it retails for $66.50, though I would recommend checking other places because sometimes Sephora will make the prices a little bit more for brands. I noticed that with MAC lately, so just heads up. So Tawny is described as a medium with warm golden undertones. As for the claims, Estee Lauder Double Wear is a 24-hour liquid foundation with a flawless natural matte finish that unifies uneven skin tone and covers imperfection with buildable coverage. The coverage is full, the finish is matte, formulation's liquid, skin type is combination and oily. I do have normal to slightly dry, and I remember still loving this. Free of fragrance, Double Wear is available in over 55 shades, including cool, neutral, and warm undertones to suit all skin tones. It's makeup that keeps up with your busy life, oil-free and oil-controlling. Double Wear lasts in hot and humid weather and feels lightweight and comfortable. This product is an Allure Best of Beauty Award winner, which I assume it would be after all these years. I think this released, when was it, 96? I wasn't using makeup back then. I think I was in kindergarten in 96. So I showed you what it looked like. This is the only foundation I have now that does not have a pump. So that was one of the big things about Double Wear, is that it does not have a pump, but I would always purchase the MAC pumps because they would fit on the Double Wear container because it's Estee Lauder. I'm going to shake this up really well. It does have a liquid formulation. We're going to get to applying it on the skin. I'm also going to do a wear test, just share with you my thoughts. I wanted to do this on camera because I genuinely haven't used this in years. I don't know how many years, but it has been a very, very long time, and I just wanted to see if it's still worth the hype for me. So I think the foundation will be pretty good. Could I use a more neutral shade? Absolutely, but we're gonna go in and see how this looks like on the skin. So I did moisturize and all that prior, and for something so full coverage, it does melt into the skin. I remember though with this, like MAC foundations in the past, that I couldn't wear it for more than a few days in a row because I would break out. I wonder if it's the same now. I will update you on if I get any breakouts. I also remember this giving a little bit of flashback in photography. So I'm curious to test that out as well, though I never use a flash when I take photos. I always just have a light, like one of those lights for photos these days. That's what I use. It is a little bit lighter than I remember because this is lighter than my skin tone at the moment, but better than being too dark. I can make it work. So that is what one side of my face looks like. It actually looks very natural for just one layer. So this is buildable to full, so I'm going to be building it up. I would say I put on about a medium coverage, like right off the bat. I don't think you can get too light of coverage with this, but I definitely feel like that is a solid medium. So I'm going to do the other side of my face, and then we're going to go ahead and build it up a second layer. That is one light layer on the skin. Now I'm going to build it up to 2. I personally don't mind dumping it on my hand. I mean, I can get out the product faster that way. This is also not as matte as I remember. It is perfecting, great coverage. It feels really good on the skin. It's been so long, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it so far. The only thing that's throwing me off slightly is that I do remember this being darker. Not a big deal. I mean, I'm wearing a turtleneck today, so I could totally hide it. But that is the color of Tawny on the skin. It says it is a medium, but I would say this is definitely like light medium, at least on my skin, compared to other shades I'm using. We'll see if this oxidizes. I truly do not remember because it's been that long, but I am loving the finish. I can tell that it is drying a little bit more matte because it goes on the skin, it's workable, it has a beautiful consistency, but it is drying down and it's looking even more perfecting as it dries down. So I'm just going to go ahead, go off camera, finish off the rest of my face. I'll come back, talk about how that all went, and then we will do a wear test and see how this wears throughout the day, because this is supposed to be one of the best foundations for wear. And I'm excited to see how this works on my skin after all these years. So I'm back, makeup is on, and all my cream products, powder, everything went on flawlessly. And I haven't looked this perfected skin, I can't recall a time ever on camera, because I haven't used this literally in years. I used to use this regularly. I think 10 years ago is when I was using this regularly, but from trying other things and just, I love foundations and trying things out, I kind of steered away from super full coverage makeup, and wow, this is super glam. And you can tell obviously the shade is just a little too light for me, looking a little ashy on my skin, but we're wearing a turtleneck so we can cover that up. I do think this shade will be really good for me going into winter, and it's not too warm, which is perfect because I do like more neutral tones, olive tones, and I don't think that this is too yellow actually. I think it's really good, but I'm sure you guys can tell my skin, this is full coverage, flawless foundation, and I cannot wait to see how this wears throughout the day. It does have a long wear claim as well as a oil controlling claim. As I said earlier, I'm normal leaning dry, so I don't foresee that being an issue, but I can get some of my natural oils in my T-zone. My cheeks are dry, so we'll see if anything comes through, how it wears, anything moves. I don't foresee that happening because I remember this foundation being bulletproof. So I will check back in with you guys at the end of the day, but I'm so excited. I'm just gonna do a grocery pickup. I'm not even going out anywhere, but whatever. I love the makeup today. I think it's so pretty. I will update throughout the day if there's anything that drastically changes, but I feel like just an end of the day update and seeing how this looks will be sufficient. Maybe we'll take some photos throughout the day to test out the flash, but again, as I said, I don't really use a flash. We'll see how it goes because, again, haven't used this in so long. But I'm so happy I decided to pick it up during the sale because wow, are we ever glam. This is going to be the perfect filming foundation, I feel like. It almost looks too perfect to me. That's why I gravitate towards more medium coverage foundations, because this is so perfect looking that it's throwing me off. So here is what the face is looking like before we go, just so we have a starting point. You can see how it looks, and then I'll be back a couple seconds and we will see how this wore throughout the day. I am back. The foundation has been on nearly 12 hours at this point, and it really hasn't changed much. You can see maybe a little bit of the natural oils coming through in my T-zone, but for the most part, we've stayed matte. There was no oxidization for this. I did do some tests with flash, and I do notice it to be a little white casty still. And overall, I do feel like this is lighter than it used to be. However, with all that being said, I'm literally obsessed with how my makeup looks today. I couldn't stop taking pictures of it. It looked like there was a filter on my face all day long. No matter what the lighting, it just looked so smooth and so good. I guess for the sake of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and press around the areas that might be a little bit shiny, but really it didn't budge. This does not transfer, does not come off. It feels lightweight. It held up so well. Like, honestly, the best wearing foundation there is. This is bulletproof, truly. It looks so incredible at the end of the day. I genuinely can't believe how good this looks. Like, I truly forgot how good Estee Lauder Double Wear was, because it's been that long for me. I haven't purchased it in so long, and I'm so happy that I did. It was just a random thought in my mind because I came across an old blog photo of mine, and I'm like, I wore Estee Lauder so much back then, and I stopped because I did get acne and breakout if I wore this too often. So I'm going to obviously continue to test that out and wear this over a few days to see if that still happens to me. But I mean, for a special event, I would totally wear this for it because I know I can rely on it. It looks good. I wouldn't use flash though, photography still. I still feel like it's kind of flashback on me. But other than that, I don't typically use flash for photos anyways. Just have that light as I showed you earlier. So I'm so happy. If you like this sort of video and want me to rediscover old products, old popular products, I was trying to think of more that kind of fit into this category that are so popular, like Estee Lauder Double Wear, and really have truly stood the test of time that I could revisit in this series. So let me know if you want me to make this a series, and I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed filming it. I forgot to mention, this is without any setting spray, primer, nothing to help the wear of it. This is just the foundation on its own, and it wears that good. It is so incredible. I cannot stop looking at my skin. The base makeup looks incredible. It did something also for my cheeks where I just feel like they look even better. Like, I cannot get over this. I'm so happy about it. But that's gonna be it for this video. I just wanted to quickly update you on how incredible I feel this foundation still is after all this time. Truly has stood the test of time. And if you've never tried Estee Lauder Double Wear, I highly encourage you to go check it out. It is full coverage and it is matte. This is the most flawless foundation I personally own in my collection at this point. Before, I would say it was probably my Too Faced Born This Way matte, but this one, even more so, truly looks perfect on the skin. Like, it is filter in a bottle. It is so good, and it's lightweight, doesn't transfer. Like, we are locked on. We're good to go. So I'm gonna have to go scrub my face off tonight, but I cannot wait to keep using this, and I hope that this does not break out my skin like it used to in the past. It's the only thing that I'm scared about, and I hope it doesn't do that. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, for wanting to see me revisit some old staple makeup products. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up to let me know to continue doing this in the future. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me. I hope you subscribe to the channel by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell to be notified of all my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next one.